Pancake, everyone! Bizarre and curious incidents happen practically everywhere. But it's on the roads, thanks to the abundance of cameras and dashcams, that we can capture the essence of absurd situations. For example, a getaway in the middle of the road from a police car, crazy women at a gas station who can't handle a hose, and incredible strokes of luck where only a moment separates you from disaster. We've gathered more than 50 of the finest cases of human foolishness, overconfidence and audacity that led to these absurd situations. Watch until the end, where we'll show you an absolutely epic case when a car turned into a real fiery chariot, burning everything in its path. Model Getaway. When you're behind the wheel, you can witness all sorts of things, like the model Getaway from the police. Carefully, without attracting attention and using gestures to signal that everything is under control, the criminal tries to blend in with the other cars. However, the police manage to uncover their cunning plans too quickly. Cut off. This is something to keep in mind every time you make a sudden maneuver in traffic. Fortunately, no one was injured. Icicles. Have you seen the signs warning not to park your car near buildings during the winter? Here is a vivid demonstration of how quickly and effectively the city workers deal with the issue. They did warn you. Taxi. Many people complain about the trash along the roadside, but this taxi driver decided to take radical action. Hats off to people like him, although the passengers seemed somewhat surprised that they weren't allowed to litter. Car trunk. Always maintain a safe distance because you never know what might pop out of the trunk in front of you, or decide to stick out for some fresh air, as seen in this video. In such cases, it's better to call the police. Fatal turn. A clear example of a challenging rally track where a fatal turn collects cars one after another. These men don't seem to be hitting the brakes in the turns, and it's quite useless in this situation. Parking. Here is what the ideal parking should look like according to some car owners. It's like a work of art, but one has to wonder how they plan to reverse out of that spot. Roads in Russia. The roads in Russia can vary. But what's more surprising is not the desire to drive through a river, but the genuine amazement on these guys' faces when they fail. Stolen hose. What do you do when your gas pump is out of the right fuel? Well, you simply take the hose from another pump and work some magic with your friend to make it longer. This video showcases the wonders of ingenuity and teamwork. Baseball. Playing baseball at work isn't a good idea, especially if your hands seem to have a mind of their own. Our patient swung away until the improvised bat decided to find a better life elsewhere. By the way, the technician didn't rush to report his victory. The owner had to review the security footage and then take a stroll in the direction of the flying pipe. Gas tank. This lady was so engrossed in her conversation with her husband that she simply forgot to remove the gas nozzle from her tank. Perhaps she was counting on a vigilant gas station attendant. They say you should rely on others, but not to the point of negligence. Porsche Accident. What do you do when you accidentally accelerate into the car in front and cause an accident? Well, you do the right thing. Just turn around and try to flee. Moped. A curious incident took place in one of the parking lots. A seemingly invisible racer lost control and bumped into the bumper of a parked car. An unwitting witness tried to catch up to the moped, but the odds were not in their favor, and the owner turned out to be a young lad who managed to escape the rest of the car's owner with the help of his father's foot. Stool. Have you heard the term wild stool? Well, here is a video that perfectly illustrates this figure of speech. Fire extinguisher. How about some female resourcefulness? This young woman decided to drive away a group of hooligans from an underground parking lot, armed with a powder fire extinguisher. They didn't appreciate the threat, but the lady managed to blanket 9 cars struggling with the extinguisher's mechanism. Refueling with a blonde. Sometimes someone has recently obtained their driver's license, but hasn't had the chance to master all the intricacies of the automotive craft. In an awkward situation, as seen in the video, is a blonde, who seems to be flustered by the refueling process, perhaps failing to clarify the details with her instructor. Sheriff. A law enforcement officer should assist citizens, which is what this sheriff attempted to do. However, when a person's skills are suited for something else entirely, there's not much anyone can do to help. Gates. How do you deal with life's challenges that it throws your way? The hero of this video never backs down. Even when faced with closed gates, he goes all the way. Courage and determination have earned him a spot in our collection. Lucky guy. This guy was born not just lucky but also in a hoodie. A massive rebar flew into the windshield, narrowly missing the driver. Acceptance. Sometimes squeezing bags into the car's trunk can be quite a task. However, this guy decided not to fuss about it, piled everything up and simply closed the trunk. What's amazing is that he didn't seem surprised by the result at all. Car wash. Everything seems perfect in this video. Two beautiful ladies, a magnificent car, but there's one catch. What's coming out of the hose is far from water. Whoever convinced these beauties that this is how you fill up a car is a big question. Dump truck body. For some reason, the dump truck driver forgot to lower the body, and this is how he went into a turn. Fortunately, there was a traffic light and not a bridge or a tunnel. Cart. Roads and vehicles come in various forms, and as we can see, fuel combustion byproducts also differ when you're moving with a cart. Don't have a trailer but need to transport something? Ask your wife to sit in the trunk and hold the cargo on a trolley. This is what you call family teamwork. Exhaust. A beautiful exhaust with flames shooting out the back? Easily done. But sometimes a fancy show can backfire. The owner probably didn't realize that the rear of his supercar should light up brighter than the headlights. Gas pump hose. Ever wondered what happens next when a person drives away with the gas pump nozzle still in the tank? Well, they simply keep driving. Instant karma. Have you heard the expression instant karma? Well, here is how it works. Just a second ago, you probably cut someone off and gave them a dirty look, and then you find yourself in a mess regretting taking your hands off the wheel. Perhaps you shouldn't have done that. Navigator. You're completely turned around and the cheeky navigator informs you that you've reached your destination. Insurance. This case demonstrates why you should have insurance when working under a car. The guy was saved by wooden blocks. Bus. It seems like this bus has emerged from the depths of hell, but as they like to write in ads, new, one owner, runs great. Paint. In this video, a paint-covered car flips over several times, and the driver's face says it all about the situation. Pawn shop. The expression "go pick up a gift for me" was never meant to be taken so literally. Parking. Here is a prime example of a very strange parking job that raises two questions. Why do they need to get out and wait? And secondly, why not just stop the car? Although it's possible that the driver was simply taken aback by the unexpected antics of the passenger. Snowmobile. Winter on the roads is always a time of increased danger. And then some handyman decides to take his strange snowmobile for a spin. What's surprising in this situation is his calmness after hitting someone else's car, and the driver's emotions are truly priceless. Police. But even the police have their bad days. This poor guy misjudged his speed and got distracted by a girl, rear-ending the car that had stopped at the intersection. Friends. That moment when for the first time in many years you manage to get together with friends for Christmas, but something goes wrong. Let's hope that the festive atmosphere will help them overcome these unpleasant moments. Furry Driver. Why do many people have dogs? Right, to have them drive the whole family to picnics. Here is an unusual driver caught on camera. Label 43. Collision. This driver amazed everyone with their lightning-fast reaction, calmly swerved and avoided damage to themselves. Desperation. This man demonstrated an extraordinary attempt to protect his property from insurmountable circumstances. Perseverance and courage are great, but no dent is worth your health. Without tires. While some spend hours at the tire shop changing their tires for the season, this driver shows that they can manage just fine without them. Exit. The intense emotions of the incident witness are well deserved. The girl not only didn't let a car blocking her path stop her, but even while bumping into it, she persistently tries to reverse. Nothing to lose and she just wants to go home. Shower. How do you ruin the morning for an entire crowd of people at once? Right, drench them from head to toe in dirty snow. It's safe to say the driver probably had some interesting comments. Safari. I think many would like to visit a safari at least once to get up close with the animal kingdom, but sometimes it gets a little too close, crossing all boundaries. Started. Accidents can happen even to professionals. Take this racing enthusiast in a highly charged car, for example. Who knew he should have been going forward? Beach. Be careful with the desire to get closer to the water. The hero of this video didn't anticipate the tide, and in just 10 minutes, his car went for a swim. Luckily, the beachgoers were there to help. Bees. This guy had a brilliant idea for getting rid of a beehive. What could go wrong when you're trying to shake bees into a bag? It's surprising that he didn't even try to run. Perhaps he decided to wait until they calmed down and then give it another shot. Handbrake. Whenever you get out of the car, always engage the handbrake. Otherwise, a situation like this could happen. The only question is whether you'll be able to stop the car in time. Snow. A man got up a couple of hours early to clear the snow and smoothly drive to work, but the city special equipment had other plans. In moments like these you wonder, why did they even bother? Quad. A woman and off-road terrain are incompatible concepts. In this case, the girl in an emergency situation chose to hit the gas pedal to the max. Jeep. This woman made two fatal mistakes, leaving her child in the car without putting the vehicle in park and failing to close the door. However, her actions inadvertently helped prevent the car from moving onto the road. Tesla. It's supposed to be quite an advanced car, yet the driver didn't warn anyone about the open roof. Or did they want to surprise the pedestrians? Whatever the case, the boss didn't appreciate the gesture. Airbag. That moment when your airbag deploys, but you're not used to giving up. Pit. Parking in a garage with a pit can be quite a tricky maneuver. Even with the active assistance and gesticulation of a mechanic, they couldn't explain to the driver that he should go straight, not into the wall. Half turn. What do you do when your car stalls and calling a tow truck is expensive? That's right, try to use public transportation, just like the two geniuses in this video. Unfortunately, they didn't manage to catch the bus in time. Fire. A fiery chariot, there's no other way to put it. The only question is, what should the driver do in such a situation? If you stop, the car will burn, and if you keep going, you'll have a hay supply for a long time, setting everything around you on fire. There are plenty of absurd and ridiculous situations, and in one way or another, no one is immune to them on the road. That's why it's better to learn from other people's mistakes than your own. Thank you for watching.